Well, you're taking a live look over downtown Huntsville right now. Cloudy and windy skies. And Christina, it's looking like it might be a rough night ahead.
Yes, especially after sunset. Now, keep in mind that all of us do have the threat for severe weather because we are under the red here that you see on the map. That does include everybody in North Alabama. So please be weather aware for the rest of this evening into the dinner time hour. What kind of threats are we talking about for today? Well, I think it's mainly going to be a damaging wind threat situation. So if your area is under a severe thunderstorm warning, please take that seriously because we've seen a lot of downed trees, a lot of downed power lines over the weekend from just severe thunderstorms. We could have an isolated chance of a tornado here or there, but I also think that flash flooding may be a concern because of all the heavy rain that we could be experiencing later on tonight, especially if these storms take their time to move out of North Alabama. Here's the current radar. Notice that the bulk of the heavy rain is down in southern central Louisiana, but the low pressure system is going to swing northeast later on this afternoon. What that means is that even though we have a lot of light rain now moving through Memphis, this bulk of the more severe weather could potentially move northeast later on this afternoon and this evening. So let me talk about the timing for you so that you can plan out the rest of your day, especially for dinner time. Dinner time is when you really need to be on your toes with regards to the weather. From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for northwest Alabama is essentially I-65 west towards the Mississippi line. And then 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the main center portion of North Alabama and, of course, southern middle Tennessee. And then northeastern Alabama, this is the Sand Mountain, Lookout Mountain, Cumberland Plateau area. This is going to be 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Alabama, central northern Alabama, your 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So notice from 5 p.m. to about 11 o'clock, that is when we can expect to see that threat of severe weather. Let me show you hour by hour using our Futurecast. And I do want to let you know that sometimes the Futurecast isn't exactly right on the money. So use this as a guideline for you. But this is what we are anticipating to see later on this evening. So right about 8, 9 o'clock, that's when this leading edge would start to be bearing down on northwest Alabama, approaching I-65. So that's 8 o'clock. Notice how we have this bowing segment here. Within the bowing segment, sometimes that's where you get your quick spin ups. But this entire line, this entire bow has the potential to produce those damaging straight line wind threats. That's why I'm telling you severe thunderstorm warnings for this evening are going to be just as important as, say, a tornado warning, because we could see some of those 60 to 70 mile per hour winds that knock down those trees, that knock down those power lines. This is going to be moving into Sand Mountain, Cumberland Plateau right about 9 p.m. tonight. So again, if you're in the Fort Payne area, Scottsboro, Albertville, this is going to be later for you than it would be for, say, the Shoals. That event's going to start about 5 p.m. So please absolutely be weather aware for the rest of this evening. As we go into the midnight hour, I think a lot of the winds are going to not necessarily be as high as 50, 60 miles per hour, but we could still see those 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts. But look at all this heavy rain that continues to fall. We could see anywhere from 2 to 2.5 inches of rainfall as we go through the overnight hours into tomorrow. So that's why flash flooding is a consideration, and you need to be aware of that for early Friday morning, that Friday morning commute. We thankfully dry out as we go into the weekend, but look at Friday afternoon's daytime high. We go from the 70s today to only the upper 50s tomorrow. It is going to get chilly in a very quick hurry.